Good evening and welcome to another exciting episode of What I'm Drinking, where bombs will explode, weapons will be discharged, blood will be spilled, and no, that's Expendables 2. Okay.
More Jet Li?
Needed more Jet Li. Expendables 2 was everything it was cracked up to be, but Jet Li was like in one scene, he was like beating people up with pots and pans, and then he like jumped out of an airplane and never came back. So we don't know what Jet Li's doing. Maybe he's doing what Jet Li does. I don't know. In Jet Li style. So we've been busy. We haven't done an episode in a little bit. This is our 22nd episode. We've been away. Then my son, we went to Long Island. More on that in a bit. Then my son started school. Then we never slept. We were just so tired. Then we saw Expendables 2, and that wiped us out for days. I mean, whoa. Totally wiped us out. Expendables 2. Yeah. Boom. See it with someone you love. Yeah. I did. Twice. No. Okay. No. Just
afterwards?
No, yeah, I went right around and saw it again just to feel the bass. It was loud. And then I had a big poetry slam, and I won that, so I'm going to Fayetteville, Arkansas next month in October, because I'm the iWhips Grand Champion of the Writer's Block Poetry Group. And I'm the chairperson of the Columbus Arts Festival Poetry Committee. I'm busy as a word I'm not going to say here.
Everything's coming up, Ed.
Everything's coming up me. No, we don't want that. This world does not want that. They asked me to speak at the Republican National Convention. No, they didn't do that. That didn't happen.
You were going to introduce Ronald Reagan's hologram.
I was going to introduce Ronald Reagan's hologram, she said. No, that wasn't going to happen either. So we went on vacation to Long Island for a few days. And one day we got out to the North Fork, which is where the wine country is. It's really rustic. It's a lot more rustic than the Hamptons. It's a lot more laid back. It's probably just as expensive, but you just don't have the Hamptons bling. It's very nice out there. And there are a lot of wineries out there. And while we were driving out, we passed by one. And we were going to hit another one on the way back, but my stepfather was like, "Oh, why don't we go to this winery instead?" I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea," because they had a sign outside that said, "We have our Gruner Veltliner," which, when we drove by it, it immediately got my attention, because you don't see Gruner Veltliner grown in many places outside of Europe. It's primarily grown in Austria, where it's probably the most popular grape in the country. It's also in Slovakia and Czechoslovakia and a little bit in Hungary. But there are only a handful of producers in the United States actually bottling one. I mean, some are probably growing some experimentally to see what they can do with it. But as for bottling, no one. So it's called the One Woman Winery, and it really is a one-woman operation. I was just doing a little research on her and talking to her daughter, who was in the tasting room. It's really just her, a field hand, and she gets friends to come out and, they do the picking during harvest, but she's the one out there on the tractor, she's the one weeding, she's making it a one-woman winery. And they bottled the Gruner Veltliner here, and we were in the tasting room, which is probably about the size of my dining room. It's really very rustic. I have there'll be a picture of it right below this YouTube video. There'll be a picture of the one-woman winery also, so you can see how small it is. Obviously, the barrel room and where they bottle and where they crush is someplace else, probably a little bit off-site. But the bottling room is really cool, or the tasting room is really cool. Her daughter was running it that day. Very nice wines, a little overpriced, but that's Long Island now. It's that, and they have screw tops, which are fun, because what do you need a cork for if you're going to open it a week later? You're not saving it for any special occasion. I'm not sure of the aging potential of this wine. It said they can age a little bit if you lay them down a little bit. This is One Woman Gruner Veltliner, and it's 2010 vintage. And here goes. Would you like some Scottish Wife?
Yes, please.
Okay. And obviously it's a white wine, because you can tell. Look at that, huh? And of course, some for my lovely wife, who is lovely. You can really smell some peach. You can really smell some citrus as it opens up. It's supposed to be a food-friendly wine, but we already ate our Westgate Thai, so we're just going to drink it now. Cheers, baby.
It's almost like a custardy, vanilla.
Yeah, it's very a little mineral,
very light,
very light flavored. It's very closed up. It's a shy wine. Yes. You know, a lot of wines, when you go on tastings from in other states or other places, the wines seem to taste better at the winery, because you're getting the whole story. You're seeing the winemaker, you're seeing the fields where they come from. So the wines taste better at the winery than when you bring them home. And you bring them back, it's like, why did I buy this? But not in this case.
It's like beer goggles.
It's wine goggles. This is still pretty. It's very tasty.
It's got that nice peppery when I
Yep,
finish.
there is a peppery. There's a little spice in there. There's some peach and citrus and some stone. It's a very lovely wine. Gruner Veltliner. If you see a good Austrian one, they'll probably cost you about $15-20. This was $22. But you know, you're there. You got to buy something.
You're buying local.
And you know, Long Island. Yeah, good stuff.
Long Island.
It's tasty. So that concludes this episode of What I'm Drinking. I'll be back maybe sometime next week, maybe the week after. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how busy I am. Have a great August, and we'll see you in September.